Hello YouTube, flashlight enthusiast here. Folomov flashlight just sent me their new A7 flashlight for review. And it does look quite interesting. We've got a middle-sized construction, dual channel with warm white LEDs. I was definitely not expecting this, and if you are interested in this model, by the way, they are launching a Kickstarter campaign right now, there are links below this video for that. But hey, let's wait until the end of this video to find out if this flashlight is right for you. So this is the A7 model from Folomov, and please note that this is the pre-production model, so it can change something in the production process, so the final product might look a little bit differently or feature some different functions. First things first, this is a really smooth flashlight without any knurling on the body, and it already came to me with this condition on the anodization, so this is not my job here. But the build quality is generally decent. We've got a smooth green anodization, there are also different colors like black and grey available. We've got this nice tactile feedback rubber switch with green and red LEDs underneath. We've got this granulated bezel here, flat tail cap with no magnet as this flashlight is not that small. The lanyard attachment is present so it won't disturb the tail standing, which is quite nice design here. Right there under this rubber cover I've got two USB ports, one for charging and one for power bank feature. And the charging of a fully depleted battery takes around 4 hours, as you can see right now on the screen. Speaking of the battery, let's look inside. We've got this anodized threads here with O-ring a little bit too loose in my taste, long plain metal spring, and another set of anodized threads from the head side. And from the driver side we've got much thicker spring, and there is different diameter from the tail cap side, so you won't miss the tube orientation. My sample came with the included 26650 battery and 5000 mAh capacity, which is a little bit on the lower scale, however still a decent capacity for a single cell flashlight. What I like here is the dual channel design, and the UI is plain and simple. You've got one click to turn the floody cool whitish beam, and one click will proceed to different modes. There are 4 in the loop, and now you hold the switch to turn the flashlight off. When you double tap you get access to the single mode warm whitish throwy beam, and now you one click to either proceed to the floody beam or hold the switch to turn off the flashlight. If you triple tap, you get access to the highest mode with both floody and throwy beam on, and now you can also one click to go into the floody beam or double tap to throwy beam as well, one click, one hold to turn the flashlight off. There are also some special modes. When you double tap to the throwy warm whitish beam, double tap again for strobe mode, and double tap again for SOS mode, double tap again to the constant on again, hold the switch to turn the flashlight off. Last but not least, there is also a momentary mode. When you hold the switch from off, you get access to the highest mode, and when you release the switch, the flashlight goes off. I definitely missed some lockout here, however threads are anodized, so if you unscrew the tail cap or head slightly, the flashlight is locked out. There is also a battery indicator under the switch whenever you turn off the flashlight in green and red LEDs. So you can expect around 1700 lumens in floody mode, around 500 in spot mode, and in combined momentary around 2000 lumens, which is quite good amount of light for an ordinary user. Please be aware that my sample does not feature any low voltage protection, so when I left the flashlight for a whole night running, it actually depleted the battery to around 2.16 volts, which is definitely way below the safe level. So my advice, don't leave this flashlight unattended running, and when it does decrease the brightness, just recharge it. Looking at the runtime graphs, this is what you can expect from Folomov A7, so basically we've got 9 seconds of turbo output before a slow step down over the course of 20 seconds to around 600 lumen level, and then we've got standard linear output decrease over time, meaning in time you get low brightness and lower throw. You can always reset the flashlight, however the maximum brightness you can achieve will be determined by the maximum voltage, so it will decrease over time. And frankly, 9 seconds is not that much to see something in the dark. In flat channel you can expect around 30 seconds of runtime before the step down, and here we go again, linear output decrease over time with runtime at around 3 hours before massive brightness decrease. And looking at the throw channel, this is the case while a step down in turbo output occurs after 9 seconds. Here we have really low efficiency of the warm white LED, and thus the step down is much faster, but also heating up the flashlight quicker than cool white floody LEDs. If it does step down, just reset the output, however bear in mind the heat will accumulate. The flashlight can get hot, especially when running on both channels. When activated by triple clicking, it seems that the step down is time-based rather than temperature-based, resulting in flashlight heating more and more if you reset this output. So beware of that fact and be careful not to hit the flashlight too much. The front of the flashlight reveals quite interesting design of one central optic for throw and 6 individual optics for floody beam. There is no glass on anti-reflective coating down there, so be careful not to scratch the lenses. And of course the LEDs are unspecified here, at least I don't recognize them. However, we are looking here at the cool whitish 6000K 70 CRI cool whitish LEDs for flat and around 3000K 70 CRI LED for throw. Thanks to the TR optics, the beams is clean and quite good in quality, and I am quite impressed with the shape of the throwy beam. Definitely looking good. So don't get me wrong, the beam is clean and nice, and the functionality of dual channel is really appealing to the majority of users. I just wish the execution of this flashlight was done a little bit better in some cases. First things first, it lacks low voltage protection, which might be potentially damaging to the battery if the user does not recharge it properly in time. Second thing, in my view, is the lack of glass protecting the optics from scratches. And last but not least, in final production, I wish the battery capacity was slightly higher. So I certainly hope that final production version will address these minor issues, and in my view this flashlight still addresses the majority of ordinary users when it comes to the one flashlight that ticks all the boxes in case of dual channel, USB-C charging and overall simple UI. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to support the algorithm and not to miss any future videos that I release. And if you have any questions, please leave them below this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.